Hello and welcome to the 2022 IPF World Open Equipped Powerlifting Championships. Presented by Eleiko and SPD, we are live from Viborg, Denmark in this, the 50th anniversary year of the IPF. This is the final World Championship in the 50th anniversary year, and we have had some cracking lifting so far. My name's Joe Whiteley. It is my absolute pleasure to be here this week with Gary Williams.
Yeah, it has been a fantastic week so far, this being the 50th anniversary of the IPF, the last big major IPF competition of the year. Athletes are just throwing everything they've got into this competition so far, and we've seen, the risks they're taking and trying to get those numbers on the board. Hopefully today we're going to see it heat up again.
But that's equipped lifting, high risk, high reward. So we have the 76 kilo ladies here for you this morning. You have the running order on your screen at the moment. And if you cast your eye all the way down to the bottom of the page, we have the legend that is Sonia Stephanie Kruger in her final competition as a junior.
Yeah, and she has got a stellar career, hasn't she? She's got a rap sheet longer than my arm.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, she's been lifting for years, 22, 23 years old, but she's been around for a very long time. And she grew up in the sport. Her dad's a lifter, she's second generation lifter, but she has the an accolade that I don't know how many people would be able to match, of having open world records in 3 weight classes as a junior.
Absolutely phenomenal. But she's going to have some competition today, that's for sure.
Absolutely. She was second last year in the 69s. She's up in the 76s this time. And she has a very good chance, but there's some incredible lifters. Tatiana Melnik, Marta Elverum. She's going to have to come past them for the win. But we're underway already, and we have Lin Shangzhu from Chinese Taipei for 155 kilos. Brilliant team from Chinese Taipei this week.
Yeah, and the coaching staff have been outstanding.
And that was a great opening squat.
Yeah, the coaching staff for Chinese Taipei, their lift selections have been really on the money.
Controls the bar down and drops it into depth. And Emmy Pretzman, Denmark, home nation hero for 170.
Yeah, it's always nice not having to have all the travel that's often associated with World Championships. I was talking to Nicky yesterday, and he was saying how much easier it was for him. No interruption in sleep pattern, food's the same.
Now, we know that she's a big bencher. I'm not sure we've seen her on the world stage in the 3 lift before.
Well, that looks pretty solid. She gets 2 to 1.
So the blue card on squat could be the downward movement of the bar, which I don't think so. So the other alternative is soft lockout. I think her right knee wasn't quite locked out. 2 to 1 is good enough. And here's Carmen Kaljula, Estonia, for 190. Just being held by the technical controller while she finishes doing her wrist wraps.
Yeah, so you can't adjust your wrist straps or be doing your wrist straps up on the platform. The only thing you can do up on the platform is your belt.
30 seconds.
Current best is 200. This is 190.
Handles the weight really well. I'm not sure on depth. She gets there though. 2 to 1. Side referee says it's okay.
195 on the bar now for Paula Zambrano, Ecuador. Rocksterman and Vic, get ready.
A little drop in at the bottom.
Bars loaded, 195 kilos, Zambrano, Ecuador.
Next out, Paula Zambrano, Ecuador, 195.
Well below her best lift of 215.
No relation to Andy Zambrano, who lifted in the 83s yesterday.
Yeah, Ecuador with quite a big team here this year.
And quite a bit of success too. So let's see how Paula does.
Oh, depth looks pretty good from here.
Might be obscuring her hip crease on one side with her
2 to
hair.
1. Good.
That's quite a good trick. Let's unsight the referee with my hair on one side.
Well, I certainly won't have any success with that. She gets a nice little drop in there. I'd probably like to see a bit more speed out of the bottom as it gets heavier.
Katja Brocksterman now from Germany. We've already gone past the 200 kilo mark. We're on 205.
5 lifters in and we're past the 200 mark. And the current world record, 280 kilograms.
That's a nice squat. So the 280 in this class, the world record is Sonia Stephanie Kruger. Who else would it be?
Expect no less.
She has the squat record in the 69s, 76s and the 84s, and I think she weighed in at 76.03 to take that record in the 84s. It's cheeky, really.
Just slips in there.
Frida Vick, Sweden, 207.5.
And that first round of lifting on the squats is always difficult with timing. But so far, everyone's managing it quite well.
Because you have to start wrapping your lifters' knees a good 3 lifters out, so it's hard to really anticipate just how fast someone's going to be on the platform.
Yeah, in that first round, you're still trying to figure out how fast people are lifting, how fast they're loading plates.
Now, I'm not certain she dipped in enough there.
Yeah, she didn't really seem to get the power out of the bottom, which often suggests she hasn't gotten down as far as she needs to.
2:10 on the bar now for Kimberly Cowell, Great Britain, Mastroianni and Batkela. Get ready.
See, she tries to just dip in, but I think she just needs to dip a bit further to get that going.
Get their head up and chest up.
Here's Kimberly Cowell from the UK. She's opening on her PB of 210. We last saw her in Stavanger last year. Gonna wait for the referee's decision.
And no, it's not deep enough, and it's 3 red lights.
So the coach cannot challenge 3 reds. So that's no lift for Kimberly Cowell.
Yeah, she just doesn't quite drop down the bottom. She squeezes in there, but she's not quite there.
So as we always say in equip lifting, it's not unusual to miss your opener. You're still calibrating the equipment. But here's Teresa Mastroianni, Italy.
Did she compete in Stavanger? I don't think
No,
so.
no, I was just looking up her record because I haven't seen her lift before. She did lift at the Euros this year. Oh, she's just made a mistake at the bottom there.
Yeah, we'll see that in the replay. It should show that quite well. She got down deep and then she just shifted forward. It looks like she shifted the weight forward a bit. Yeah, her knees dropped forward.
So if this is her first World Championship, the nerves are very real. We've got lights and cameras, and the scariest thing of all, IPF referees.
It's 10 times more nervous than a European or a national.
Rahal Bakgarel from Mongolia for 212.5. Another lifter at their first World Championships. 212.5 on the bar.
And Mongolian team with some success this week. Some really strong lifters out of Mongolia. Had the Asian Championships in Mongolia just recently.
Yeah, very well attended. No, she's nodding, but I don't think that was depth. She didn't seem to press into the knee wraps very much.
Yeah, she's certainly strong enough, and that lift will be a lot easier if she gets down a little bit deeper.
So her shins are very upright, and she doesn't seem to be pressing forward into her wraps. So,
And it's a natural instinct to cut a lift short when you think, or you're not used to the weight. In equipped lifting, that natural instinct is counterintuitive because you're missing the opportunity to use all that energy from the wraps and the suit.
now here's Joyce Gale Rebuton from Philippines. We know it was a classic lifter, really more than equipped, but she did compete with some success at the World Games in July this year.
No, she's just being instructed there by the centre referee to grip the bar. And we've seen that the other day with a couple of lifters, that very unusual
just resting
grip.
their fingertips on the bar. She needs to have that bar under control. So there she goes. She's got her fingers wrapped around it. She doesn't have to complete the lift in that time, and she's got the command. But you have to say she's not going to set up as well as she might have liked. And she's on the board.
She gets it on the board.
That's the composure of an experienced athlete.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of times this week some lifters just, flying on the edge of that rule in regards to bar grip.
The rule says fingers wrapped around the bar. Marta Elverun from Norway now. I was about to say home nation hero. Norway's not far away, but we are in Denmark. She lifted a Stavanger last year. I remember so clearly.
That was
she
fantastic.
pulled for the win. She pulled a huge weight, and it just went out of her grasp at the end. 242.5 on the bar.
Oh, that was wonderful.
And look at that smile. She knows she did that well.
That is the start you want. If you're here challenging for a world championship, that's the start you want.
Absolutely textbook. Tatiana Melnick, she's been refereeing and on the jury all week so far. Hopefully that hasn't tired her out
She's
too
had a busy
much.
week, hasn't she?
She has.
And that for a lot of athletes here as well. A lot of athletes and a lot of coaches, they're competing, they're coaching, they're refereeing.
She's opening her squat with 255. Her current best is 260. So this is right up against it.
She always has this incredible focus, doesn't she? That looks shy to me.
That's high. Unfortunately.
It is not deep enough.
We know how great a lifter she is, though. She's been lifting for a long time at the highest level. She will correct that on her next time.
Yeah, she's got plenty of experience. She knows exactly what to do. She's got a great coaching team in the corner.
And now here comes Sonia Stephanie Kruger of Germany, 265 on the bar. It's her own world record at 280.
Yeah, and I think she wants to improve upon that and the junior record as well before she finishes her year as junior.
This was the record she set out in Birmingham at the World Games.
She's just so strong. Squeezing down through the wraps there.
She
You
waited
could
for
see
the
her
coach
really
to
working
call her
down
up.
though, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
she went down, didn't get the call, went down again, didn't get the call, went down again. Coached by her father.
And you can see there, the communication and the trust in the coach.
And the strength to just sit at the bottom of that squat with 265 kilos on your back and go, oh, not enough? A bit more then.
I think that was a double pause squat.
It was.
Pause,
it was.
go down a bit further,
Yeah.
pause.
So she's on the board and it is game on. Round to the second round of squats now, and this is Ling Shangzhu from Chinese Taipei for 165.
Her opener looked
was
fantastic,
great.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Second, not much different.
2 to 1, a good lift.
Oh, so yellow card from the front. So don't know. There's quite a few things the yellow card failure could be, and I didn't quite pick up what the centre referee saw there. That's Veronica Kondrashau. She's one of the top referees.
Yeah, she's a well-accomplished referee.
IPF Cat 1.
And, you know, she has the best view in the house there, the centre referee.
So here's Anemi Pretzman from Denmark for 177.5.
Such a great opportunity to be able to compete at the World Championships in front of your home crowd. I'm going to wait for the referees on this one. And it's 3 white lights. You cannot contest that.
Absolutely. It's this side view is much better for depth. And she just squeaks past parallel. You have to break parallel. Just reaching parallel is not good enough. Carmen Kaljula, Estonia, 202.5. This is a small PB already. And she's late to the platform. Oh, here she is.
Yeah, she's given herself 40 seconds. It should be fine. She's got a fairly quick setup, so.
She looks fired up for it.
Yeah, it's important to have a little bit of aggression, a little bit of fire up, because this point where you lift the bar out, this is the point where your body says yes or no.
I think her rack is a little high there. She clipped it as she walked it out. You can ask for it to be lowered for your next. Strong.
Very strong. Yeah, she does seem to have to lift it out of the rack, doesn't she?
207.5 now for Paula Zambrano, Ecuador. Vic and Cowell, get ready. Bars loaded.
That's a great squat.
Kilos, Zambrano, Ecuador.
Paula Zambrano now, she's taken quite a big jump to 207.5. The rankings are possibly a bit misleading. We have 5 lifters who haven't got a squat on the board yet. So I'm going to refrain from talking about the rankings until we're through to the end of the second round.
Yeah, I think we'll see these lifters get their seconds on. They're all very experienced.
Unfortunately, I think that was high.
Yeah, she's really strong and very quick, but just not getting deep enough. Yeah, she's extremely strong and has no need to be cutting it short.
Second attempt at this weight.
Frida Vick from Sweden on the platform right now. She missed the first one on depth.
And obviously plenty of coaching experience in the Swedish team, the home of Aliko.
Wow, that was fast descent.
That was super fast, wasn't it?
I saw Jan Pink at the back there. I saw him flinch as she went down.
I don't think I've ever seen him flinch.
But she's on the board. That was a good lift, 2 to 1. Next out, we have Kimberly Cowell from the UK for a second attempt at 210. Just a little bit shy on depth on the
Yeah,
first
and you can
one.
hear the crowd now, the British in the crowd, and her coaches really firing her up. And I think that's all she really needs to do, is just to fire up a bit.
don't think.
And she's not getting the power out of the bottom because she's not
Yeah,
getting down into those wraps enough.
2:10 on the bar now for Teresa Mastroianni, Italy.
so she's put herself under some pressure now. But it's you do see in equip lifting, lifters miss their first two and absolutely smoke it on the third.
Yeah, I think looking at that, I think she's well capable of this weight. I think it's really, she just needs to bring some fire out there.
So Teresa Mastroianni from Italy, she just made a mistake at the bottom, I think.
Yeah, just shifted forward. She's shifting forward again. I can't really see why she's shifting forward. It could be the suit pushing her around a bit.
It's the bar path, the bar comes forward and you have to put in so much extra energy to overcome the moment arm if you're not going straight up and down.
Yeah.
See, she's quite a new lifter though. Hopefully she can get herself together, don't let it get to you, and then come out and nail the third. So, Katja Broxterman sitting in 5th place right now. This is 2:12.5. It was slow, but it was steady.
Yeah, it was very controlled.
Three white lights, good lift for Broxterman. 2:12.5 remains on the bar for Marat Batkarel. Mongolia bar is loaded for Batkarel. Rebaton and Elverum get ready.
Maral Bedgarel from Mongolia for 2:12.5. Missed this on depth. First time out.
Yeah, I think she'll be really good here. She's confident under the weight.
I've just spotted she's listed her personal best as 190. So that's the courage to come out for 22 kilo PB.
Yeah, I think the first lift, you know, she felt the weight, got confident under it. She's strong enough. They'll give you the confidence to know she can drop down a bit deeper.
And unfortunately, that's not coming off.
Still not really getting down there.
Yeah, and she's fine. She's walking off. She just
Yeah,
lost
she's
her
okay.
balance a bit. We do ask the lifters to stay with the bar, so the bar isn't dumped on the spotters. But yeah, she couldn't. So.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the way it all works out. You just can't, especially in equip lifting where you've got a suit pushing you around. And
Joyce Gale Rebaton, Philippines, 227.5. Now that's a small increase.
yeah, only 2.5 kilos.
She's letting the clock run out. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, once again.
So that might have been they might not have got a lift attempt in on time.
They might. I was thinking that there's a couple of different scenarios going on here. She might have not got the, as you say, the attempt in on time. And in that case, you are given a 2.5 kilo increment if you got the lift, and the same weight if you didn't get the lift. And in that case, if that has actually happened, they may elect to let this one run out, put a big attempt in for the third.
Well, that's right. I mean, you're using up energy. If you come out for an attempt that you didn't really want,
and it doesn't really advance you very far.
It's just a big use of energy, isn't it?
She is sitting in bronze medal position just now, but Tatiana Melnik hasn't got one in yet, and we fully expect that she will.
Yeah.
Time out, no lift for Rebaton. 2.5.
It's unusual you see errors like that at this level, though. So
yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
The other scenario is that maybe she's not coming out again at all, for whatever reason. But here's Marta Elverum from Norway for 252.5 to match her current best. Her opener was superb.
Yeah, it really was, wasn't it? And of course, you know, that traditional big smile at the top of the squat when she finishes.
Current European champion. Great depth.
And look at the strength to drive that through. She really got into the bottom well.
on the bar now. Tetiana Melnik.
Absolutely textbook squatting there from Marta Elverum.
Great strength to push through the middle section there.
Followed in 260 kilos. Tetiana
So
Melnik,
here's Tetiana
Ukraine.
Melnik, Ukraine, for 260. She's gone up 5 kilos.
Yeah, and that's not unexpected, especially with an experienced lifter. With an inexperienced lifter, you might not want to try the extra weight. But with an experienced lifter, an extra 5 kilos could be all she needs just to get down through the equipment.
She was quite high. That's the coach, Plotnitsky. Had some success last night with Sergei Bilyi.
He's been around coaching for a very long time and lifting.
Fiercest face of any coach.
That looks better. Oh, and
she's
she just got a
taken a
bit out of
step.
shape at the top. She'll be
That's a
disappointed
real
with
shame. You have to just stand erect with no foot movement until you get the rack command.
We are loading the bar to 200.
Oh, here we go with the Sonia Stephanie Kruger show. Second attempt, and we have a world record on the bar. 280.5 kilos.
And that will be the World Open record and the World Junior record.
But why would you not want to put another half a kilo on it? Linda Pressman to follow. The bar is loaded! 280.5 kilos on the bar. Sonia Stephanie Kruger, Germany, world record attempt.
She's the junior world champion. Will she be the open world champion as well?
Yeah, she's heading in the right direction. She's got off to a good start for it. She knows what she has to do.
She is tough as nails.
Oh, she's still
it's
driving,
not
but just a
going.
bit too much there.
A couple of kilos less would have gone, I think, but she fought that all the way.
Yeah, she just looked like she didn't get the speed that she usually gets out of the bottom.
And I think it's because she's struggling for depth, so she's having to spend a long time at the bottom of that squat to squeeze into
Yeah,
it.
you can see at the bottom there, it just started to shift her hips a little bit as well.
But also, if it's just a bit too heavy, that's also what that would look like. So here's where we are at the end of the second round with Sonia Stephanie Kruger leading the way, Marta Elverum having a great day so far, and Joyce Gale Weberton in third place just at the moment. We are looking for Lin Changzhu. She's going to take 170, and everything she's done so far has looked super easy.
Yeah, they look great. And that one looked just as good. I think she's really holding back a little bit.
2 to 1, good lift for Lee. 182.5 now on the bar. And in the end,
Now, the jury, I can see the jury.
Yeah, a little bit of discussion happening over
Yeah,
there.
she got a blue card.
Bars loaded. 182.5 kilos. Bretsman, Denmark.
Okay, my colleagues just let me know that the side referee didn't put his arm down. He didn't think she was locked out at the start of the squat. Now, the rule says that the centre referee gives the start command when the consensus is that the start command is good. But if the referee still has his arm in the air, he has to give a red light. Here's Anemia Pretzman, Denmark, for 182.5.
Gets in nice and deep. That was a tough lift though. The knees dropped in. You can see the knees drop in.
I think that's a perfect choice for your third.
And that is spot on, isn't it?
210 on the bar now for Kim Cowell, Great Britain. She needs this one to stay in
Okay,
competition.
so we have a number of lifters in trouble now. We have 4 lifters with nothing on the board in the third round. Here's Kimberly Cowell from the UK for her third attempt at 210.
And it doesn't matter how much experience you've got, when you're down like this, it's so hard to get it out of your head.
First one was depth. Second one, I don't think was really deep enough anyway, but she didn't stand it up. So if she can press down into the equipment this time, she'll get the rebound, she'll get the stored energy of the equipment. She's done this weight before.
And it's just not there today. But you know what? She's got good spirits there. You know, a big smile and a big wave.
And I expect she'll carry on in the competition. She's got a big bench, so she's not going to want to let that throw her. Come back, put a big bench up. Our next lifter with nothing on the board is Teresa Mastriani. And she has not looked comfortable all day.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the lift choice, the weight choice, I mean, you look at her personal best is 222.5. You'd think this is a reasonable choice, but she just hasn't looked comfortable there. The suit's pushing her around a bit. And I haven't seen her lift before, so I don't know if she's lifting in the same suit she always lifts in. And again, it's just not letting her get
well, she's
the
got
position
real
she
heart,
wants.
hasn't she? She fought that, but it just would not go.
Yeah, she certainly didn't give up on it.
212.5 on the bar now. Paola Zambrano, Ecuador.
Yeah, it's just shifting her forward as she comes down.
Bar is loaded. 212.5.
And that puts her out of position. And you can see that little bit out of position, she just can't drive.
Next out, we have Paula Zambrano, Ecuador, for 212.5.
And she has an opening lift on the board.
Travelled a very long way to be here today.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be a very long trip. Looks good on depth, stands up well. And she gets this one on the board with 3 white lights. Very nicely done.
Broxterman and Vic, get ready. Bar loaded, 212.5 kilos, Kaljula, Estonia.
Here's Carmen Kaljula, Estonia, for 212.5. She's in. I mean, these are the opportunities in equipped lifting, because you do get a lot of people bomb out in equipped. We had a 5 out of 12 yesterday.
It was a rough day in the office for a lot of people yesterday.
So it does give the opportunity to people to actually move further up the ranks.
But this is the thing about equipped lifting. You don't necessarily have to have the biggest lifts. You've got to get them on the board.
That's the key thing, isn't it? It's not about what you can do potentially.
I mean, in equipped, we quite often see the hot favourite ends up bombing out or losing completely. Yeah, she just clips that rack on the way out.
Start command with 6 seconds to go. That's
what
a great
grit.
fight. 3 for 3 for
She
Carmen
has
Kaljula.
such a grind, doesn't she? That's a good skill to have as a powerlifter, the ability to grind.
Absolutely.
Bars loaded, 217.5 kilos, Broxterman, Germany.
That was fantastic. Oh, she's having to work hard.
For Katja Broxterman of Germany, and that was quite a grind.
He had to work for every gram.
217.5 on the bar now. We now Vic, Sweden. Batkenel and Revelton, get ready. Bar is loaded. 217.5 kilos, Vic, Sweden.
Next out, Frida Vick. She's sitting in 7th just now. This will move her up to 5th. Because these are all provisional placings. If Tatiana Melnik gets her 3rd, she will shoot up to 2nd place.
Yeah, I think by the time she comes out for her 3rd, she'll have it all sorted out. she sunk so quickly. I don't know if she got
I'm
down
not
there.
sure
though.
about depth.
Oh, 2-1.
Unfortunately,
2-1.
not deep enough.
But she got one on the board, and that's the important thing.
Mongolia needs this one to stay in the competition, folks. I'm not sure how many people there are from Mongolia here, so she's going to need all our helping hands, okay? Rebaton and Elverum to get ready.
Next out, we have Mel Batkarel from Mongolia for 227.5. She's missed 212.5. It was on depth the first time, but I think she fell forward with it the second time.
And it's an interesting choice then to go to 227.5.
Especially as her current best on the platform is 190. I think sometimes the lifters don't take into account just how much the travel takes out of them.
Yeah, and it was really fatiguing.
But if she can do it, she goes to third place. No,
And
that's
just a
not
bit too
going.
heavy.
Ground to a halt, would not move. So she is not going to be able to put a total up.
Went for the Hail Mary pass to get onto the podium for squats.
Because Rebaton is not coming out for her third attempt. She's okay. She's just resting. So the order of lifting is Elverum, Melnik.
We have 3 lifts remaining, which is it confirmed that Rebaton is not going to come out for her third. She's fine, she's not injured, but she decided that's all there was on squats, so she's warming up her bench.
Now, how much is this going to affect the next lifter? Well, doesn't have the minute, but she's there on time.
The Norwegian coach.
Well, she's an absolute professional,
yeah,
and the Norwegian are absolute professionals as well. So
I suspect as well that
They
the
probably already knew
Philippine
about
coach, did them the courtesy of letting them know, so she wasn't late to the platform with her wraps. And this is 257.5, 5 kilo personal best, Marta Elverum, Norway. Absolutely phenomenal lifter. We know her as a big deadlifter, but she's quite a big squatter
she's got a
too.
great squat as well, hasn't she?
No,
And
not quite.
Just a bit too much there.
Sorry, that is no lift. No
But
lift
she
for
still
Elverum.
has the silver at the moment.
260 on the bar now for Tetiana Melnik, Ukraine.
She
Tetiana
sinks
needs
that
this one
right
to stay
in,
the
doesn't it?
game.
Depth for
To the
sure.
ball, complete by Kruger.
Yeah, it moved really well. It was just one of those things where today it's just not going to happen.
Because the bar is loaded. 260 kilos.
So here's Tetiana Melnik. She
Ukraine.
didn't take the first one to depth, and unfortunately she took a step back at the top of her second.
Yeah, but look, we've seen Tatiana in this position many times before, and it doesn't faze her. She knows what she's got to do. They're a bit slow getting ready, though.
Maybe they were taken by surprise by her baton. She's got plenty of time. She's a great lifter. This will not faze her. No.
Just getting off balance there as well.
So that changes the landscape of the competition.
Certainly
Tatiana
does.
Melnik was expected to be challenging at the very front. So this opens the way for other lifters to make the podium now overall.
And it takes the pressure off Kruger a little bit as well.
It does.
I mean, there's still plenty of challenges there, but that's one less person she has to worry about.
So here's Sonia Stephanie Kruger for her second attempt at 280.5. Her second just looked too heavy, but I would never bet against Kruger.
No, never bet against her.
She's a tough cookie, and she has bags of experience even at this young age.
And look, she knows what 280.5 feels like now.
280 in July was a grind, but she can grind. She's stood it up, but I'm not sure of the bet.
Let's wait and see. We'll wait for the referees. She gets 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
And she
That
gets
is
it
a
on the
new world
board.
record for Sonia Stephanie Kruger.
Finishes her
Germany.
junior year with the Open World Record and resets the Junior World Record as well.
Phenomenal performance. You can never rule her out of the lift. Superb. I love that cheeky smile at the top.
Great finishing squat.
So here is how the squats panned out, with Kruger taking a new world record at 280.5, Elvera taking the silver with 252.5, and Reberton 225 for the bronze. We're going to take a 20-minute break now. Please join us back for bench. Welcome back to the IPF World Open Equipped Powerlifting Championships here in Viborg, Denmark. We have the 76 kilo women lifting at the moment, and we are through the round of squats. Here are the results for you. We had a world record from Sonja Stephanie Kruger at 280.5. Silver medal went to Marta Elverum from Norway at 252.5. And Joyce Gale Rabaton took the bronze with her opening lift of 225. Unfortunately, though, you can see at the bottom we left 4 lifters behind. They cannot make a total, but we expect them all to come out. They can still contest for medals in the bench.
Yeah, and obviously you've got Tatiana Milnik there, who's still probably going to try and chase after some individual medals as well.
She's got a massive bench on her. I wouldn't be surprised if she took a medal in that.
Yeah, she needs to really shake that off now. I mean, it's certainly an unusual thing to see from Tatiana Milnik to not get that squat in, but it happens to everyone, and as you can see today, it happens to the best.
Please load the bar to 80 kilos.
So we are underway now with bench, and this is Lin Shangzhu, Chinese Taipei, for 80 kilos.
And Mastroianni, get ready.
Yeah, all 3 squats look really good. And of course, bench, the most technical of all equipped lifts.
And the most strategic, I think. If you're battling in classic bench, there's not much you can do if your lifter misses, but there's a world of things you can do in equipped.
That lockout was tough.
It was. Her shirt folded over
Yeah,
a
you
little
can
on
see
the
it
chest.
slide straight up and fold up. And you'll see throughout today a lot more lifters on bench wearing belts as opposed to classic lifting, and primarily most of the reason we're wearing a belt is to keep our shirt in place.
I know that if I don't wear a belt, that shirt heads north and throttles me within seconds. So Meral Bakkarel from Mongolia, unfortunately she didn't get a squat in. She's opening her bench with 100. Bouncing a little on the chest, which is going to have taken away some of that stored energy.
She got it on the board, which is good, but you're right. I mean, that little bounce around, you want to try and get it to the chest still and steady.
Really high chest position there.
They should check it.
Bars loaded, 117.5 kilos, Mastroianni, Italy.
Next out, Teresa Mastroianni for 117.5. Again, unfortunately, did not make a squat. Let's hope bench goes a little better. I've just seen the Mongolian as scratch. She won't come out for another. Oh, look at that shirt slide.
That has ridden all the way up there. She still gets the press back up, but I wonder how much easier it would have been if the shirt didn't shift.
We've seen a couple of times this week, though, the lifters seem to be using the slide.
Yeah,
of the shirt,
you know, it could be a case of, the resistance slides a little bit, just enough to let them get the touch.
Now we have Marta Elverum from Norway for 135. She's got a massive squat. She's got a huge deadlift. Not at the top of the field for the bench, though. So this is powerlifting. People tend to have
That's right.
a favourite lift or a lift that they're particularly strong at, maybe one that they're not so keen on.
And the important thing for her is to be consistent in bench. She's got the big squat. She's got the big deadlift. This is where she can just add a couple more kilos. Don't do anything silly. Don't try and chasing big numbers. Just get the kilos onto the total.
She's absolutely in the running for the top 3, so needs to just squeeze out all those kilos. That is not
Having
easy
to
for
work
her.
for it. She's got it there. Let's wait for the referees on this one, I think.
I'm sorry, that is no lift, no lift.
Blue cards are one yellow, but the blue can be for downward movement of the bar, or it can be for lockout. So let's see if we can spot what the referees saw.
Bar is loaded, 135 kilos, Zambrano, Ecuador.
It was marginal, wasn't it? I
Yeah,
wouldn't like to say whether that was downward movement or not.
Hard to say on that one. But it's 3 reds, so
But my opinion counts for less, as I'm sat in the commentary booth, not in the referee's chair, and I'm happy with that situation.
yeah, I'd much rather be up here. I don't want to be under that pressure.
Here's Paula Zambrano, Ecuador, for 135. Even though she's got a shirt on, that a belt on, that shirt's slipping. But it was an easy press anyway.
It certainly was, and you know that's the thing with the belt too. You've got to get everything in the right spot for the belt to actually hold it properly.
Broxterman and the Rebelton, get ready. Bar is loaded. 137.5 kilos.
Here's Kimberly Cowell from the UK for 137.5. Unfortunately, did not manage to get a squat in. But she's a good bencher, and she should have reset and put that behind her.
Yeah, just got to shake that off and move on with the next. You know, the squat is it that part of the competition? That's finished now. This is the focus. Oh, that's a tough opening press, and I don't know if she's locked that right arm.
Sorry, that is no lift, no lift for Cowell.
So she's got yellow cards. I think the distinction there is it's always a bit difficult. Is it poor lockout or did you not finish the lift? So
yeah,
the judgment there was that she didn't finish the lift.
Kilos, Broxterman, Germany.
Next out, Katja Broxterman, Germany for 145. Current best is 150.
And gets that back to the top.
Good lift there for Heberton.
That is a good lift, 3 white light for Rebelton.
No, I think Reberton's out next.
Bars loaded, 145 kilos for Rebelton, Philippines.
That was Broxterman. Excuse me, that was Broxterman.
And you can see she was wearing the thinner belt there and held that shirt in place really well.
Yeah, I tried the thinner belt, and the advantage there is that it's not restricting your arch. So for the smaller lifters, that's an advantage.
Yeah, if you've got a big arch.
But I found it didn't lock my bench shirt down. So here's Reberton from the Philippines for 145. Yeah, a little bit.
It looked awkward
ropey,
on the way down, but it came up really easily.
And the relief of getting your first bench in is just incredible.
It wasn't the cleanest lift, was it? But, like we say, there's no points for style.
Frida Vick, Sweden for 150.
Got one squat on the board. Didn't have the best of days on squat, but she got one on the board. I think she got her second, if I remember rightly.
Yep, 207 for a second. Missed the others on depth.
And that is half the battle of equipped lifting, is just getting one on the board.
I'm going to wait to see what the referees make of that.
Yeah,
Was
she
there
gets
some
it back to the
downward
top,
movement?
but she gets too high, like she's pretty excited about that. Until you've done equipped lifting, you cannot even imagine the excitement of getting your first bench on the board.
bars loaded.
With my recent
155
competitions, I
kilos,
can't
and
imagine it
Estonia.
either. So here's Carmen Caligula, Estonia, for 155. This matches her current best.
Having to really work that touch. But she seems to press it quite easily.
157.5 kilos, and we have Kretsman, Denmark, Melnick and Kruger, get ready. Bar loaded,
You can see her trying to push that chest up higher to try and get the bar touch there.
Yeah, as you descend with the weight, the shirt is trying to flatten you out, and half the fight is trying to keep your chest up and bring. I always cue chest up to the bar rather than bar down to the chest. Tries to keep that high chest position. Here's Anemia Pretzman, Denmark, for 157.5. She got all 3 squats in.
Well, she gets it back to the top. Referee says it's a good lift.
And she's 4 for 4. That's quite an achievement in this field.
In round 1. Bar loaded, 170 kilos, Melnick, Ukraine.
So Tatiana Melnick, Ukraine, for 170. Another lifter who didn't manage to get a squat in this time. But she's got a phenomenal bench.
Yeah, she is a great bencher.
This is 170 kilos.
You know, and it just demonstrates how tough this competition is, and even lifters like Tatiana Melnick, who are just so good, even have days like this as well. Oh, absolutely superb.
That was blink and you miss it.
And that is what you'd expect from her.
Stephanie Kruger, Germany. Last lift in round 1. She'll be followed by Lynn and Mastroianni. The bar
Superb.
is loaded.
One more lift, and Sonia Stephanie Kruger, she's dropped this opener. You can change your opener up to 3 minutes before the round starts. And she had 180 or 185 on, I think.
Yeah, look, you know, this is important. She's got the world record in squat. If she doesn't get a bench on, she doesn't get the squat world record.
Now, it may be she's put a bigger or an older shirt on for this opener. I competed with her, I'm not saying against her, I wasn't in the same league, at the UK Arnold, and I saw that she takes the shirt off every lift. Delighted with that, she knew it was a good one. So it may be that she then puts a different shirt on for a bigger lift.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unusual to take that approach, especially when you've got a world record on the line. You need to get that lift in. That puts her one step closer to solidifying that world record.
So this is where we are on bench with Kruger on 175, Melnick with 170, Pretzman 157.5. And we have Lin Shangzhu, Chinese Taipei, 82.5.
No, she's shaken it off before she got down the bottom there. Just got out of line and out of position. She knew she wasn't going to be able to pull that back.
So she did well there. She hasn't wasted any energy trying to press it. Wasted energy.
You can see her foot starts to slip. She gets out of line. And yeah, you're right. Why waste energy on something that I know isn't going to work?
Teresa Mastriani, 125.
Yeah, just couldn't put a squat on the board today.
Solid.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the referee's decision. I thought I caught a bit of a double movement at the start, but no. That must have been before the start command.
Of Norway. Their second attempt at this weight, Cowell and Zambrano. Get ready. Bar is loaded. 135 kilos. Marta Elverum, Norway.
Marta Elverum, Norway, for second attempt at 135. This was lockout. She got blue cards, and we didn't see.
Yeah,
any
we couldn't
downward
really, from our angle, couldn't see what it was for. Obviously, the referees are sitting in a different position than us. Yeah, but she's got plenty of experience. This is not going to be a major issue for her. She knows what bench is like. She knows how difficult it is to get one on the board. As nice as it is to get your first one on the board, it's not going to rattle you not getting it.
Shirt slipping up there. She thinks she's got it. Do the referees agree? 2-1, they do.
That shirt really shifted a lot there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It would really throw me. It moves the chest plate when the shirt's getting out of position. We've seen a lot of lifters now that it doesn't seem to bother them at all. So next out is Kimberly Cowell from the UK for her second attempt at 137.5. It was lockout. She just couldn't manage to lock it out, I think.
Just needs to get a bit more speed off the chest.
It's not quite gone.
It's just not really getting any pop. She's getting the touch well, and it looks like the shirt's giving plenty of resistance, but there's just no real pop off the chest.
Paula Zambrano next, Ecuador. 145 on the bar, 5 kilo personal best.
Roxaman and Reverton, get ready.
This would be a nice little personal best for her.
We had a new lifter called Zambrano from Ecuador in the, was it the 83s? Or the 93s
93s,
maybe.
I think.
Took fourth place in his first competition, so
Not
the
a bad
Ecuadorian
effort.
team are having a good time at this competition.
Right from the start of that lift, it looked like the shirt was really pushing her around. You could see on the descent it was trying to push her shoulder into an odd position.
And she got the press command. She didn't go straight away. It's something that I've done myself, just taking a moment to get myself exactly where I need to be to start the press, but it just went in the wrong direction for her. Katja Brocksteman, Germany, 150. And that is
and you could
not
see
quite
the
going.
elbows going right out into a really awkward position there. She has quite a flared lift technique. Her elbows are quite a long way out.
Joyce Reverton, Philippines. Vic and Calula, get ready.
So next out we have Reberton, Philippines, 150. This is a small PB. She benched 147.5 at the World Games.
And she got it to the top, but then
It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? It's just a
Yeah.
bit untidy.
155 on the bar now. William Dow, Sweden. Alula and Kretzmann, get ready.
Yeah, she really had to fight it down.
Bars loaded, 155 kilos.
And then it just sort of all over the shop trying to press it back up.
Friedevik, Sweden, 155. And these are all ladies that have weighed in today at below 76 kilo body weight. So this is a big weight to hold over your face.
It's huge for any body weight. It's huge to hold over your face, isn't it?
Very experienced, been competing for 10 years.
Really
had to
work.
fight, yeah.
Yeah, you can see that was a really good shot. We can see they've really got the sleeves twisted on that as well.
Alula, Estonia. Kretzmann and Melnick, get ready. Bars loaded, 160 kilos.
I think she lost her position a little bit. I
Yeah,
think
it
she
looked
just
like it came
flopped a little
forward
bit,
there,
yeah.
didn't it?
So here's Carmen Calula for 160. She's having a good day so far.
She has a lot of mobility for someone in a shirt.
Nice. I
I
think
think
she's
she's
got a
got it.
second as well.
She's got a nice quick press command there as well, and you can see she got the bar touch. The bar stopped on her chest really nice and quickly, so she got a quick call.
Get ready. Bar is loaded. 162.5 kilos for Kretzmann, Denmark.
So here's Animi Pretzman from Denmark for 162.5. We said she was a big bencher coming in. And she may well sneak a medal here.
162.5. She's only got 20 kilos off her squat. That's a good bench. Oh, yeah, but you can see it shifting.
Well caught, loaders, well caught. No lift for Kretzmann, but she is safe thanks once again to our check spotters.
You can see that as it was coming down, it was starting to push itself back a little bit.
Kruger and Lynn, get ready. Last two lids in round two.
Next out is Tatiana Melnick. She's got up to 177.5 for her second.
Which is well within reach.
She's done 190 before.
Just giving the guys some instructions on where she wants the bar. And you do not want to be handed 177.5 kilos in the wrong position.
This will move her ahead of Kruger in the bench, with Kruger still to take her second.
Absolutely perfect. That is an incredible bench.
If you can get your equipped bench to look anything like that, you are doing very well indeed.
I can assure you mine looks nothing like that.
Nor me.
That is outstanding, and you know, in all honesty, if you're just starting out an equipped bench, she's one to watch and learn from.
Here's Sonia Stephanie Kruger of Germany for 180. She's taken a conservative approach here. I expected her to whack on a big weight and go after the record, which is Agata Shitko at 195.
That's a huge bench, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think she's challenged for placings here, so I think this is a smart thing to do. Keep adding kilos.
Oh, that was a great
to your
press.
total.
Oh, she gets 2 red lights.
Yellow.
Is that
So
front lift, maybe?
let's just take a look at that back.
82.5 on the bar now. Zhangzhou Lin.
It's hard to see the butt lift from this angle. People set up on the bench in different places, so your camera doesn't always get the best view. So I'm not certain of that. But that was no lift for Kruger. So that's where we are at the moment. These are the subtotals, with Kruger leading from Elverum from Calgula, just ahead of Reboten. There's a tight fight there for the third place.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Kruger's sitting in a really good position, and you're right, she's playing a very smart game. She's not going crazy on bench. We're just trying to put some extra numbers on because she's in a position where she could be challenged.
So, although it looks like Kruger has got a massive lead on Elverum at the minute, Elverum is the bigger deadlifter by about 50 kilos.
Yeah, you've really got to plan for that.
Way.
Yeah, you've really got to plan for that at the start of a competition. You know who you're up against, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. This is where I'm going to try and excel. This is where I'm just going to try and get a few kilos on.
And Kruger is all about the subtotal. She's a massive squatter, massive bencher. Deadlift isn't as strong. You can't have everything, can you?
She's pretty close to having everything.
So that was Lin. That was Lin from Chinese Taipei, who didn't come out for a third. And here is Teresa Mastriani, Italy. Second looked good at 125. This is 132.5. I'm amazed you got that to lock out.
It was a lot of grind in that. Unfortunately, to no lift. I did think I saw the bar dip a little bit.
Yeah, that was just
there,
a couple of little bits. Yeah.
And there.
Come on, Kim, 137.5. You can do this all day. Come on.
So here's Kimberly Cowell. She lists her PB as 130, and this is 137.5 for the third time of asking.
Tough time on squats now, having a tough time on bench. Just needs to get some real pop off the chest. That was better.
I think she's got it.
That was the speed off the chest you would expect to see.
2 to 1, a good lift.
I'm pretty sure I just saw the coach say, why didn't you do that the first time?
Bars loaded, 140 kilos, Elverum, Norway.
I'm just looking at the jury, because there did seem to be some butt lift there. But they're not going to intervene, so that stands as a good lift. And here's Marta Elverum from Norway for 140.
Yeah, Mr. Opener just couldn't quite get the lock through. Nailed it on the second. And I think she's got her third as well.
I think she has. And the referees think so too. So they're going to be crucial kilos to take forward.
Roxterman and Reboton get ready. Bars loaded, 145 kilos, Zambrano, Ecuador.
Paula Zambrano, 145. She got the line wrong and it just went over the top.
And it's just such a difficult thing to do in a quick bench. I mean, that shirt is pushing against you all the way, trying to find the easiest way. You've got to fight that. And you can see how much that shirt is fighting up.
But we have the safeties on the Eleiko combo rack and a great spotting team.
Yeah, we've got the safeties plus the greatest spotting team in the world.
Yeah, we have the Czech spotters here this week. And you know, if you come out to squat and you see this team behind you, you know you are in safe hands.
It does just give you a boost of confidence though, doesn't it? Knowing that you're in safe hands.
And they're so supportive as well for the lifter. So here's Kachi Broxterman, 150 on the bar.
That is a good choice for third lift.
Three
white lights. Had to work for every kilo.
Philippines, her second attempt at this weight. Vic and Kalyula, get ready. Bar is loaded. At 150 for Rebaton.
Joyce Gel Rebaton from the Philippines for 150 kilos.
Yeah, missed this on the second. She only put one squat up. Opened this at 145. That was better.
Oh wow, I think that's the best
That
bench
was much
she's done.
better. Yeah, on the second one, the touch wasn't very good. It jumped around a little bit, and she lost a lot of that tightness. That was absolutely spot on.
Kalyula and Kretzmann, get ready. And that just shot off, didn't it? Bar is loaded. 157.5 kilos for Vic, Sweden.
So Frida Vick is out next for her final bench with 157.5.
She had to work through that.
And it's not quite going to go.
Yeah,
That's a
you
shame.
can see the work in that one. You can see the twist in the sleeves there. So the other thing you can do with a shirt, other than pulling that collar down, is you can twist the sleeves in a direction, and that changes the line as well and tightens
Changes
things up.
everything.
Yeah.
Now look at this. This is Carmen Kalyula, Estonia. She's sitting in 4th place right now. And she's in bronze medal position on the bench as well. This is 162.5.
Well, she just chips away and does the work. You never know when an opportunity is going to present itself. And that looks like a nice press. And she gets that one on the board. And that's the way, isn't it? Just chip away at that total. Wait for opportunities to present themselves, and you might just find a way onto the podium.
Next out, we have Anemia Pretzman for 165 to try to take the bench press bronze in front of her home crowd. This is a fair distance ahead of what she's done in the past. No, not quite there today.
Yeah,
It was worth a try.
Just wasn't any speed off the chest, was there?
So that gives Kalyula the bench bronze. And we have Tatiana Melnik out next for a massive 182.5. She's trying to sneak past Kruger for the bench gold. Oh, in fact, she's in gold medal position, isn't she? Kruger didn't get her 180.
Yeah, so Kruger missed the 180 and has chosen to go to 185. Tatiana's lifts on the bench have just looked perfect.
If you wanted to do a video of what a perfect bench press looked like, you just put up Tatiana's second bench there. No, she's not getting the start command. Ah, there we go.
I think she's got this. Yeah, she does. She has a really interesting setup, and it's always the same. She looks really unstable, and then it gets the start command, it takes their breath, and everything just settles.
But when you take that weight in your hands, the bench shirt isn't really giving you any assistance, so you've got the full weight of it. But as soon as you start the descent, it all starts to make sense, and you get the benefit of the shirt. That was a phenomenal bench from Melnik.
Absolutely outstanding.
One bench remains, and that is Kruger. She's just waiting in the wings, looking very happy and relaxed.
Yeah, she's feeling in a good position in the morning. She's got that squat record. She's got a bench on the board.
But this is where her speciality ends. She is going to give away a lot on deadlift to Elverum.
So this extra 10 kilos on a total here is rather important.
Well, she got yellows for her second. We think it might have been butt lift, but we haven't got a great angle to see that.
I wonder if it's for her feet.
No, not quite, unfortunately.
Not quite there today.
Not quite, I'm afraid. That is no lift for Kruger. No lift for Kruger. That concludes the bench press session. 20 minutes.
Which is a surprise, really. We've seen her bench a lot more.
Yeah, look. It's always hard to know how training's been going for people and things like that, but that one just wasn't there today.
And she was competing in Turkey quite recently. So here are the bench press results, with Tatiana Melnik taking the gold, Sonia Stephanie Kruger taking the silver, and Carmen Kalyula the bronze. So here are the subtotals as we head into deadlifts. Sonia Stephanie Kruger has a massive lead with 455.5. Marta Elverum is on 392.5, Kalyula and Reberton on 375.
Oh, that's going to be a battle there, isn't it?
All to play for. Don't miss deadlift.
It's a lift off.
Welcome back to what's proving to be an exciting 76 kilo class.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy, hasn't it?
It's I think there's been a little bit of heartache. We have 4 lifters who haven't made a total, but we've had a world record in the squat from Sonia Stephanie Kruger, and she is leading the way by 455.5 kilo subtotal, with Marta Elverum from Norway on 392.5. Kaljula and Reberton are both on 375, but this is going to turn around really quickly with Elverum's massive deadlift.
Yeah, she'll close that gap really quickly on the first deadlift. Yeah, but Kruger has to get that deadlift on the board as well to solidify that record.
Australian equipped, nothing is guaranteed.
We have seen stranger things happen, and we have seen some of the most experienced lifters struggle to get lifts on the board.
First weight bar is 165 kilos for Katja Brocksterman of Germany. She'll be followed by
So first out will be Katja Brocksterman for 165.
And the spotting and loading crew with probably the toughest job of everyone the whole week out there.
bars loaded.
Loading plates.
165 kilos, Brocksterman, Germany.
Nice.
Yeah, good opening lift, and that locks away a total.
3 white lights, good lift for Brocksterman. 165 remains on the bar for Zambrano. Bar is loaded. Paula Zambrano, Ecuador. Ratzman and Mastroianni, get ready.
Paula Zambrano now, 165. Had a bit of a mixed day.
Yeah, it's been a little bit that way, up and down. Got a couple of squats on, only one bench. That
Nice
looked really
over
good.
there, yep.
3 white lights, good lift for Zambrano. Same weight remains on the bar. Bar is loaded at 165 for Anemia Pretzman.
I thought the audience had become a bit shrill. We have at least 2 classrooms full of school children come to join us.
It did suddenly get louder.
And here's Anemi Pretzman from Denmark for 165.
And made that look easy.
Piotr, your vote, please. Thank you. 3 white lights and a good lift for Pretzman. 175 on the bar now. Teresa Mastroianni, Italy.
Here's Teresa Mastroianni.
Kruger, get ready.
Fortunately not able to put up a total, but she's going to open her
175
deadlift at
kilos.
175.
Italy.
Well, it's really important to get as much platform experience as you can at a world championship. So even if you can't total,
Absolutely. The as you say, international experience is it's hard to come by and crucial.
and she gets that one on the board. I imagine she's breathing a sigh of relief now.
Kruger and Lynn, get ready. Bars loaded.
Now here's a lady that's having a good day. This is Carmen Kaljula, Estonia. She's opening with 190 kilos. So we're only a few lifts in and we're approaching 200 already.
And did she pick up the bronze in squat?
She absolutely in bench.
In bench, sorry.
Yeah. She is 6 for 6. Oh, that was
Yeah, she really got a bit out of position there as she grabbed the bar, but it doesn't. She hasn't let it bother her.
little wobble at the top. I don't think she'll be penalised.
And that goes to show the importance of making the right selection for your opening lift. You know, she set up there, her foot shifted a little bit. It didn't bother her because she had the right weight selection for an opening lift.
Here is the phenomenal Sonia Stephanie Kruger. Took the gold in squat and a world record. Took the silver in bench with her opener. And that's a great opening
That is
deadlift.
a really good opening deadlift, isn't it?
192.5.
So that locks away her world record squat now.
That makes that squat official. So here is Lin Shangzhu, Chinese Taipei, for 195.
And her squats looked really good. Her opening bench looked great, but then couldn't put it together on the next couple. Oh, just got a little bit off balance at the top there, so that'll be a no lift. Oh, she gets 2 to 1. She got the down command before that.
Philippines. Vic and Melnick, get ready. Bar is loaded. 200 kilos, Rebaton, Philippines.
I'm just looking at the jury. It looked like they were going to get pro, but no, they're not getting involved. So here's Joyce Gail Rebaton for 200 kilos. Now she's really challenging for podium place here today.
Well, this will give us an indication of how far she can go on the deadlift. Big smiles at the top.
3 white lights, good lift for Rebaton. 200
Oh,
on
she
the
looks
bar.
happy with it.
Vic, Sweden. Bar is loaded.
She's put herself in a good position.
Get ready.
So although the rankings are on your screen at the moment on that graphic, we're going to wait until everyone's got a deadlift in before we really take a look at that. This is Frida Vic, 200 kilos.
Smooth and steady all the way to the top.
3 white lights, good lift for Vic.
Maybe a little bit
200
slower
remains
than
on the
you
bar
would
for
want
Melnick.
your opener to be.
Bar is loaded. Back and Elverum, get ready.
So here is Tatiana Melnick. She put on quite the show on bench.
Yeah, she really did, didn't she? That was the bench masterclass.
Took the gold. And this is the other thing about Miss, is she bombed on squats, but she was still able to take the gold on bench. It's always worth continuing with the competition.
Oh, that looked great.
Nice little hop and skip at the back.
Gets those toes out of the way really quickly.
Mongolia, Elverum and Broxton get
That looked
ready.
fantastic.
In round 1. Bars loaded. 210
Next
kilos,
out we have Mar
Mongolia.
Baggerel from Mongolia for 210.
So again, can't put a total up, but can certainly vie for a medal in the deadlifts. This is the biggest she's lifted before. And I think she's just feeling the fatigue.
And this is why it's so important to react to how you are on the day.
I really hope that she can go at the back, find another gear somewhere and get this one on the board.
Here we go. This is Marta Elverum.
Massive deadlift.
She initially had 240 posted for her, but she's dropped it to 235. But still, opening with 235 kilos, more than 500 pounds. That was superb.
Yeah, handles that with no problems at all.
We're into round 2 now. First weight on the bar, 172.5 kilos of Broxton, Germany.
That really lays down a marker for having a lot more in the tank there.
Yeah, and I think it's, when you're competing at the top for these top few positions, that opening deadlift's a really important one to really show to the rest of the field. So
here we have the World Championship title race with Kruger on 648, Elverum closing that gap on 627.5, Rebaton on 575, and she's being challenged by Calbula on 565 with
right there.
Vic just behind.
It's only 10 kilos behind there, isn't it?
This is Katja Broxteman, 172.5 on the bar. Little bit of work to do at lockout
the
there.
lockout slowed a little bit, but didn't present any major problems.
3 white lights, good lift for Broxteman. 175.5 for Paola Zambrano, Ecuador. Pretzman and Mastroianni. Get
Pulls
ready.
through really well there at the top.
All loaded, 175 kilos, Zambrano.
Paula Zambrano, Ecuador, 175.
Yeah, she had a good opening lift. It looked really good.
Just did not want to go.
Yeah, having looked at her opener, I didn't think that would be too much of a problem, but just looks like it just doesn't want to lift.
Big support for the home nation lifter here, and Amy Pretzman, looking for 175. Nails it.
Yeah, absolutely spot on the money.
Still waiting for the left side referee's vote. Thank you. 3 white lights and a good lift for Pretzman. 190 on the bar now. Mastroianni, Italy, bar is loaded.
Teresa Mastriani, Italy, for 190. Taking a chunky jump there of 15 kilos from her opener. And 10 kilos above what she's done on the platform before.
This will be a nice PB if she can pull this one up, especially after having such a rough day. Well, I think she's got a few more in the tank there as well.
I think she has. I love a 10 kilo PB on my deadlift. That looks so easy.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think there's another 7.5 there.
Bars loaded. 200 kilos, Kaljula, Estonia.
Carmen Kaljula having a phenomenal day. Looking for 200 this time. She's already massively improved on her performance from Stavanger last year. She didn't manage to get a squat in last year. Much more consistent this year. Oh, that's a tough one. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
We might get to see in the replay. It looked like her hips really shot up early. And then just sort of got a little bit of balance there.
No, I'd expect her to come out and take that same weight again. So here's Ling Shangzhu, 202.5.
And she's such a composed lifter. Doesn't give anything away. Squats looked really good earlier today. I just couldn't quite hold it. It was getting a bit scrappy, it was.
202.5 in the bar now for Sonia Stephanie Kruger, Germany. Rebelton and Mackerel, get ready. Bar is loaded at 202.5 kilos for Kruger.
Here's Kruger, 202.5.
Yeah, these 10 kilos are really crucial.
A little bit of a tough lockout, but she's absolutely delighted with that. It's not far off her best at 205.5.
Very important 10 kilos though.
Get ready.
She looks like she's having a great time today.
Bars loaded.
And here is Joyce Reboton, Philippines, for 205. Now that's quite a small jump. She's done 212.5 before.
Yeah, her opener seemed to move well. But it's hard for us to really know how fatigued an athlete is. Their coaches know better than that.
I'm amazed she got that. It seemed to get the weight out in front of her.
Just wiggled around the place a little bit, didn't it? But she pulled it back in.
210 on the bar now, Becquerel.
Really got out in front there, but
Didn't slow her down.
yeah, it looks like she had enough momentum to drag it back in.
So here we have Meral Becquerel from Mongolia for 210.
So hopefully she's found enough or another gear out the back.
It looked like it was nailed to the floor last time.
Looks like someone turned the gravity up. And it still looks like it's nailed to the floor.
Sorry, that is no.
I think they've just really overestimated.
210 kilos for Vic. Bar is loaded. Frida Vic, Sweden.
Next out is Frida Vic from Sweden for the same weight, 210.
In round 2.
Now she's really challenging Kalyula, who's only just behind Ribon, so this is a close fight. She's going to need this lift.
I thought she was going to get it all the way there, but it just got a bit too much in the end.
Ukraine. Elverum and Zambrano get ready. Last 2 lifts in round 2.
Here's Tatiana Melnik, Ukraine, 212.5. This matches the best she's done on the platform.
Bars loaded. 212.5 kilos. Melnik, Ukraine.
This will put her up in the silver medal.
Nice.
She's so composed on the deadlift. She just gets down into position, takes her time, gets the grip right, and then just executes.
47.5 kilos on the bar now for Marta Elverum, Norway. Last lift in round 2.
So here we go, Marta Elverum, Norway, 247.5.
Wow.
That's a lot of kilos. The bar is loaded.
The record is 261. Agata Shikla did that at the World Games in July.
Plenty of support in the crowd for her. Bit of a
She's
nod
got
on the
some
top.
I thought she'd locked her legs a little bit early, but it was absolutely fine. And that closes the gap even further.
Yeah, this third round now becomes really important.
Elverum leads the way in the deadlift with Melnik just behind and Reberton and Kruger jockeying for the bronze medal. But more importantly, here's the standings on total. Kruger 658, Elverum 640. And there's a bit of a distance back then to Reberton, who is coming under pressure from Kalyula and Vic. Still all to play for.
Yeah, Reberton's opened that gap a little bit more now. But still, she still has to watch behind.
And because Elverum is so close to the record, she's been able to put 266 on just to chip past Kruger. So Kruger's going to need to pull her final deadlift. But here it is Paula Zambrano, Ecuador, for her second attempt at 175. And that will definitely be hitching if she gets it all the way.
Yeah, the fatigue, you said the fatigue kicked in. Her legs just didn't want to push anymore. So she relied on the upper body.
Get ready.
Yeah, the legs just decided to stop pushing. There's nothing there anymore.
Bars loaded. 177.5 kilos of Brocksteman, Germany.
Katja Brocksteman, 177.5. She only missed one lift so far, which is incredible in equipped lifting.
Oh, and she squeezes the lock out.
Look at the patience there.
3 white lights and a good lift for Broxton.
Just keeps moving through the lockout. I thought she got stuck there, to be honest, but she just manages to pull it in.
Yeah, she did really well there. That was a really well selected last lift.
Pretzman, 185. And the volume goes up as the Danish lifter comes out onto the platform.
You can hear the whistles blowing.
She's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, look, that was fantastic.
3 white lights, good lift.
A bit of a smile and a bit of a wave.
Gives her a 525 kilo total in 7th place.
Mastroianni, Italy. Aljula and Lynn, get ready.
Teresa Mastroianni, Italy, 200 kilos.
All loaded.
For a 20 kilo PB.
That's a monster of a personal best, isn't it? It's a little bit of a consolation prize after having such a tough time on squats. Take something home from the day. Squeeze it through. The grip is just holding in there.
I don't think she managed to
No,
convince
but
them.
she will get that at the next competition. Guaranteed.
Estonia's Aljula. Lynn and Batgirl, get ready.
That was so close.
But when the grip starts to go, the body won't produce any force.
All loaded.
So here's Carmen Kaljula, Estonia, she missed 200. She's coming out for 205. And this will put her back on the podium in the deadlift and the overall.
Well, she is looking for that extra gear at the moment. You can hear and see all the motivation, all the aggression she's bringing out there.
She's got it moving, but I don't think she can take that to lockout, unfortunately.
Not quite.
I'm sorry, not quite there. That is
And
no
unfortunately, she is not safe in 4th place.
next 4 lifters.
She is sitting in 4th right now with 565. However, she is under pressure from Vic.
Bar is loaded. 210 kilos.
Now here's Lin Shangzhu, Chinese Taipei. And she missed to her 2.5.
Yeah, I can't recall what
grip?
happened. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she couldn't hold on to it.
But she's gone up to 210 to try and get on the deadlift podium.
And she's made the decision that is not coming off the floor.
210 remains on the bar for a mile.
No, I didn't really expect to see the Mongolian lifter come out. She hasn't managed to break it from the floor yet.
We have an attempt change. We have an attempt change.
There's an attempt change, but I don't think it's going to change the order. It was Reverton that changed because she's been freed up from the challenge from Kaljula. So you can change your deadlift third deadlift twice. But here's Maral Bekgerel from Mongolia for her 3rd attempt at 210.
Has she found the extra gear?
Come on, rip it off. Come on.
And the crowd want her to get it. Everyone wants her to get this.
She moved it further that time.
It just doesn't want to shift though, does it?
Sorry, that is no lift.
When you've got nothing left.
No lift.
I mean, it's baffling for the lifter as well. When you think, oh, well, I've done this weight so many times, but just in this environment, she's at the end of a difficult competition. She's travelled a long way.
Yeah, it's really hard to know how much fatigue is going to affect you until you try to lift that bar.
Now, she missed this last time. This will give her the deadlift bronze. Well, it'll put her in that position for the moment.
And I do love the attitude there.
So that leaves her with 557.5 kilo total, and 5th place. Kalula keeps 4th.
Get ready. Just a sneak preview, ladies and gentlemen. There is a world record coming up at the end of the round. Don't tell anybody. Bars loaded, 212.5.
Here's Sonia Stephanie Kruger.
Yeah,
212.5 on the bar. She needs
this is really important, isn't it?
lift.
If she was to miss this, it certainly opens the door.
It's a lot more than she's done in the past.
Oh, disappointing.
It is, but she does a really good effort, to be honest. It moves
Moved
so fast.
and looked really good, and then just got a little bit off balance.
So she is going to have a nervous time now. There's 3 lifts remain.
Bars loaded.
This is Joyce Gale Rebaton, Philippines, for 212.5. This matches the deadlift she did at the World Games.
So Elverum's heavier than Kruger, I think, yes, which would mean she has to outlift on total.
But she has the advantage she can put a chip on because it's a world record, so she doesn't have to have an increment of 2.5. She can just put half a kilo wherever she wants.
Almost there.
Almost, not quite, but that does give her the deadlift bronze and bronze overall. That's a fantastic result for Rebaton.
Absolutely.
Already has deadlift silver. This will not change.
So this is Tatiana Melnik for 220.
So that'll be a personal best, I think. That is a big lift, 220.
Bar is loaded. 220 kilos, Tatiana Melnik, Ukraine.
Unfortunately can't total, but got the gold on bench, and she has already secured the silver on deadlift. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, forgetting about her squats, she has looked outstanding since
She
then.
has. Even the squats look strong. The first one was high, but the other two, just an unfortunate stumble. So here we go. This is Marta Elverum, Norway, for 266.0 for a new world record and the world title.
That's not just beating the world record, that's absolutely smashing the
It
world
really
record.
is. She's the European champion. She was the junior world champion. This will be, if she can do it, her first open world title.
If anyone can do it, she can. She's bringing the fire.
The crowd's behind her.
Yes, huge support in the crowd.
Couldn't ask for more support.
It's moving, it's not
It's
quite
not
there.
going far enough.
I'm sorry.
So that leaves her in second place with 640. She takes the deadlift gold, and Sonia Stephanie Kruger takes her first open world title.
And finishes her final year as a junior, winning the Open World Championships.
That's just incredible. So here are the deadlift medals, with Elverum taking gold with 247.5, Melnik takes the silver with 220, and Rebaton with 205 takes the bronze. However, the big news here is Sonia Stephanie Kruger is our new 76 kilo open world champion with 658. Marta Elverum from Norway is the silver medalist with 640, and Rebaton takes the bronze with 580. That was an absolutely superb session.
It was pretty much edge of your seat right from the very start today, wasn't it? And it came down right to the very end with that last deadlift.
We had tears and triumph. So please don't go anywhere. We have the medal ceremony coming up very, very shortly.
And
We have the Special
Olympics
Olympics coming up at 2:30, and then the 120 men at 5. Join us then.
At 2:30. The presentation, the special participation prize, is to be presented today by Mr. Gaston Forage, IPF President, and Mr. Farshid Soltani, Asian Federation President. Ably assisted by Morton, the meet director, to whom we are eternally thankful. I believe these are a specially commissioned piece of artwork, one of a kind, makes a change from the usual medals, something to hang in the gym. Last but most definitely not least, Tatiana. We're just waiting for Tatiana. We're sending Bazayev to find her. Sorry for the delay, ladies. Won't be a moment. I was always told never to keep a lady waiting, and I'm keeping about 12 of them waiting here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to present the individual medals. First of all, for squat. Taking squat bronze with 225 kilos from the Philippines, Joyce Rebelton. Squat silver with 252.5 kilos from Norway, Marta Elverum. And squat gold and a new world record of 280.5 as a junior from Germany, Sonja Stephanie Kruger. She didn't just take the junior record, she took the open record as a junior. That is impressive. Well done, ladies, thank you. And now to bench press. Bench press bronze with 162.5 goes to Estonia's Carmen Kaljula. Bench press silver with 175 kilos goes to Germany's Sonja Stephanie Kruger. And just in time to take her bench press gold medal of 182.5 kilos, it is Ukraine's Tatiana Melnik. Well done, ladies, great job. Thank you. And now to deadlift. Deadlift bronze with 205 kilos goes to the Philippines' Joyce Rebelton. Deadlift silver with 220 kilos, it's Ukraine's Tatiana Melnik. Deadlift gold with 247.5 kilos goes to Norway's Marta Elverum. Well done, ladies, thank you. And now for the overall, and to crown the new 76 kilo open world champion. In bronze medal position overall with a total of 580 kilos from the Philippines, Joyce Rebelton. Overall silver with 640 kilos from Norway, Marta Elverum. and your new 76 kilo open world champion as a junior with 658 kilos. It is Germany's Sonja Stephanie Kruger! Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Germany. Well done, ladies. Great competition. Great competition. Thank you, ladies. And if you will rejoin your competitors at the back of the stage, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving them a round of applause as they follow the technical controller from the platform.